The relaxing watercolor game Ate just released this week on July 23rd, and its creators over at Impossible have so kindly sponsored this overview video. But just to be clear, these are completely my own thoughts, and I genuinely enjoyed exploring the colorful city of Montreal through the eyes of a painter. Été is the French word for summer, and the whole game feels like one big ray of sunshine. The colors are vivid and each area is full of life. People going about their daily routines, animals scurrying through the park, and lots of delicious looking food to buy. You may have noticed that some areas look a little empty. That's because it's up to you to fill them in with watercolors, and I've got to tell you, this painting mechanic is very satisfying. I constantly found myself distracted by it when traveling to quest areas or trying to deliver a painting to someone. Aside from looking pretty, coloring in the world is also how you unlock new assets for your paintings. Été takes sort of a sticker book approach to painting, which still gives you a ton of creative freedom, but makes it a lot easier for less artistically inclined people like myself to still create something beautiful, or at least interesting. Throughout the game, you'll encounter different characters that commission artwork from you, and they'll ask for you to include specific objects, all of which can be found somewhere in the city. If you're stuck, you can see which area they're located in, but you still might have to do a bit of searching, as some of these areas are very dense, and there are a lot of objects to unlock. Thankfully, if you're painting a commission that requires certain items, you can just click on each one and the game will tell you exactly what to put down on the canvas, but how you arrange everything is still up to you. It's the little things like this, finding pigments out in the world to mix new colors, and these paint droplet paths that guide you to new areas, that give Été that little special something, the attention to detail that can only come from a team who absolutely loves the game they've created. Impossible is actually a Montreal-based studio who clearly adores the city and all of its diversity. This can be seen in the art, of course, but also in the characters. From a woman with lots of summery Christmas spirit to a man who wants to promote his herb business on the DL, the people of Montreal have a lot of strange problems, but not to worry because thankfully they can all be solved with a couple brushes and some paint. You have a ton of freedom when it comes to not only painting, but also decorating and exploring. The game starts off with you moving into a beautiful yet empty apartment, and if you'd like, you can go all out sprucing the place up. You do have to buy each item, but money isn't too hard to come by because there are plenty of jobs to complete. And if you happen to run out of those, you can also sell your work in the local coffee shop. Just hang some paintings up, wait a day, and bam, get $1,000. Then head on over to the furniture store and go wild. There's an incredible amount of customization you can do here, stack things, hang them, scatter everything about. I prefer to go with a more cluttered style. But seriously, if you like decorating, you will definitely have a fun time. As for exploration, by the second or third day, you'll most likely forget all about the main quest and get lost in the park or the nearby neighborhood instead. Wandering into a new area for the first time, completely blank, and then slowly bringing color to it never gets old. Early on, you do unlock fast travel in the form of a bike, which essentially lets you choose which part of the city you want to warp to after you discover the bike rack located there. And when traveling on foot, all the areas are connected with almost these portal-like doorways, which do look very cool, but the travel isn't quite seamless, and these loading screens can be a bit long. If you're more interested in a structured story experience, there's some of that here too. You're given access to an old warehouse, which you'll gradually restore and turn into your very own art gallery. There is, of course, some friction along the way, not everyone gets along, but slowly you help these people see the beauty in everyday life. I found Été to be an extremely relaxing game that rewards exploration and encourages you to create to your heart's content. Playtime can vary pretty greatly depending on how into interior design you are and if you choose to complete all the side quests. I fell somewhere in the 6 to 7 hour range, but you can totally play for much longer if you'd like. It's all up to you. No pressure, no wrong choices, just some watercolor paints and a whole city waiting for you to explore it.